It is often said that prisoners are the most resourceful people in the world. People in prison have to learn to live without the common luxuries we have. They learn to adapt. From that, many prisoners have invented useful items we still use today. In today's video, we will be looking at the top 5 items that were invented in prison. If you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and like and subscribe for more videos just like this one. With that out of the way, let's jump straight into today's video. Number 5. Firearm mechanisms. David Marshall Williams was sent to prison for the murder of a police deputy by the name of Alfred Jackson Pate. On November 25, 1921, Williams received a sentence of a term of 30 years of hard labor to wear felon stripes for the murder of Deputy Pate. Due to Williams' mechanical aptitude, the superintendent, H.T. Peoples, granted Williams access to the prison's machine shop, where he demonstrated a knack for fashioning his own tools the shop lacked. He began servicing the weapons used by the guards at the prison. His skills in the machine shop permitted him to stay ahead of his assignments and allowed him time to develop his ideas for self-loading firearms. His mother sent him a drafting set and technical data on guns and eventually provided him with patent attorney contacts, who were enabled to help him as long as he was incarcerated. Williams designed and built 4 semi-automatic rifles while serving time in prison. All 4 rifles are part of the permanent David Marshall Williams display in the North Carolina Museum of History. Number 4. Squash. Squash was first invented in London's Fleet Prison in 1820. The game was created by prisoners. It was first known as rackets. Later, in 1830, the game found its way into some schools in England. The Harrow School is credited with the invention of the game, turning it into squash because that was the noise the ball made when it was hit against the wall. Number 3. The first modern novel. It's not surprising that prisoners are alone with their thoughts for most of the day. It's common for prisoners to take up writing to prevent themselves from becoming bored or go insane. De Cervantes wrote the first ever novel in prison. De Cervantes was arrested in Italy for tax evasion, where he wrote Don Quixote, or originally known as El Ingenioso Hidalgo Don Quixote de la Mancha. The book was published on January 16, 1605. It was considered groundbreaking and still is to this day. It is also considered the best novel of all time. Number 2. The wrench. Boxing heavyweight champion Jack Johnson was nicknamed the Galveston Giant. Johnson was an American boxer who, at the height of the Jim Crow era, became the first African-American world heavyweight boxing champion from 1908 to 1915. Widely regarded as one of the most influential boxers of all time, one of the period's most dominant champions, and as a boxing legend, his 1910 fight against James J. Jeffries was dubbed the fight of the century. Johnson was sent to prison in 1913 for violating the Mann Act against transporting women across state lines for immoral purposes, due to her being an alleged prostitute, despite the fact that the incidents used to convict him took place before passage of the Mann Act. He was sentenced to a year and a day in prison. While in prison, Johnson found the need for a tool to loosen and fasten devices and modified a wrench. He patented his improvement April 18, 1922. Number 1. The toothbrush. In 1770, William Addis was sentenced to prison for starting a riot in Spitalfields, London, England. He watched as other prisoners used rags covered with salt or soot to clean their teeth. Addis saved an animal bone from his dinner and then bored tiny holes into it and inserted bristles. He used glue to hold the bristles in place. After he was released, he modified the toothbrush and started a company to manufacture it. He quickly became rich, and that so-called toothbrush is used by billions across the globe to this day. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, I recommend that you check out one of our other videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you click the notification bell if you want to be notified when we next upload. I hope you guys have a fantastic day.